Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you about the Sennheiser Momentum original headphone, which came out in 2013, although this black and red version came out, I believe, in 2014. And this is the Sennheiser Momentum 2.0, which came out in 2015, with bigger ear cups. It folds up for greater portability. And it is now called the Sennheiser HD1 because it was discovered Sennheiser didn't have the rights to the Momentum name, and so they had to rebrand all their headphones. But in essence, the Momentum 2.0 and the HD1 are the same sounding headphones. I think the headband is slightly different, but otherwise they're the same. What about the sound? The original Sennheiser Momentum has a very clear, natural, balanced sound. The bass is slightly elevated, but by today's standards, it would probably be considered fairly neutral. But I love the bass on these headphones. It's not overdone, it doesn't bleed into the mid-range, and I find it very satisfying. The mid-range is my favorite part of the original Momentums. It's so clear, the voices sound natural, like the person is right there with you. For me, the heart of the music, the meat of the music is right in the middle, and these nail the middle. Very good for a sealed headphone. The treble is fairly good. I would characterize it as slightly bright. I know the frequency graphs show a deep recess at about 4.5 hertz, but to my ears, it's a slightly bright headphone. Maybe the treble is a little bit glaring, a little bit metallic sounding, kind of like what you would hear on the Bose QC25 or Bose QC35. I don't want to overdo that though, because I don't think it's that big of a deal. I love how balanced these sound. And even though these are almost on-ear headphones, they're considered over-ear, but only by the most generous extension of your vocabulary. They seal out, they keep sound from leaking out, so you can wear these at night and the person next to you isn't going to hear the sound unless you have it turned up all the way, which you shouldn't anyway because it'd kill your hearing. But the fit is a little bit weird on the original Sennheiser Momentums. I gotta go like this, push them on my ears and to make sure that they're on good. But I love the way these sound. By the way, the original Sennheiser Momentums have the same sound signature as the old Sennheiser 400 line, the 429, especially the Sennheiser HD 439 and the 449. Although these sound more refined, higher fidelity, and they look a lot better. The Sennheiser Momentum 2.0, they sound a lot different. These are a darker headphone. These take after the Sennheiser HD 202 and especially the Sennheiser HD 650, although not quite as good. These do have great bass. It's definitely deeper and more elevated than the original Momentum. I love the bass on these headphones. They rock. However, I'm a little disappointed with the mid-range. It's a very forward, hard, rough-sounding mid-range. When I have to EQ these headphones and pull down the mid-range a little bit between, let's say, 300 to 2K. I've got to pull that down. It's a little too forward. And in the vocal area, in the upper mid-range to lower treble, it sounds like there's somebody putting their hand in front of their mouth. So voices, instead of sounding like that, sound kind of like this. I don't want to overdo that, but it is there. And for me, that kind of ruins the experience of this headphone because, like I said, the meat of the music, the heart of the music is right in the middle, and you get a little bit of that in there, a little bit of harshness. Not good. And then the treble is very recessed on this headphone. This is very dark sounding. So if you like that 650 tone and timbre and texture, you will like this. That's what I like about this headphone, is I love the dark and tone and texture and timbre, but the mid-range, the voice part, especially the voices, I just don't like that. So if I had to choose, I'd definitely go with the original Momentum. Yeah, it doesn't fold up, and yeah, the fit is a little bit weird, but man, I love the way these sound. You know, I have a pair of Sennheiser HD 600 and HD 650s, but to me they don't sound loud enough coming out of a cell phone. Coming out of a cell phone or a tablet, I would much rather have these. Get them while you can. They're hard to find online. I think now you can get the black and red ones used for maybe $169. You get them new probably for $350. Look for bargains, look for deals, check Craigslist, check Facebook, not live, but Facebook shopping or whatever they call that. But these are very, very good and definitely worth purchasing. If you can't get a hold of these, you might want to think about getting a pair of Nadviso HP50s. I don't like those quite as much as the Momentum, but they would be a similar sounding headphone in terms of its sound signature. You might want to think about the Oppo PM3, although I guess they're not making those anymore either. But you know what? Of all the headphones I own, and I own 30, 40 headphones, used to own more than that. I know I kind of overdid it. I find myself going back to these for portable use. Well, you guys take care.